What's up guys, Zami here and you're watching Heavy Metal Pomp. Today I've got another Malaysian product review for you from the Bloody Pomade lineup. For today we're going to be looking at Bloody Clay. Now this is a water-based clay with a firm hold, and of course I want to thank Sharil for sending me this. Thanks bro. And without further ado, we're going to take a closer look at the jar right now. And here we have Bloody Clay. Comes in a 3.5 ounce amber glass jar with a golden lid. Has the brand and product name on a brown label with white text. You get directions and ingredients on one side, and some information and a rundown of the product on the other side as well. The overall packaging is pretty simple, but I do think it's nice and I do like it. And if you open it up, you get this sandy clay inside. The scent is bergamot thyme, and it doesn't smell half bad. It's a rather fragrant herbal scent, and I will admit it did take me a while to get used to it, but it's starting to grow on me. It is quite a pleasant smell, and even though it's not overpowering, you'll definitely notice it throughout the day. Scooping it out does require a tiny bit of pressure, but comes out pretty creamy. Breaking it down, it's pretty smooth, almost like a paste. It's not really that grippy. Going into the hair, that's when it starts to feel a bit more grippy. There is a small amount of tugging and pulling, so I definitely advise you to apply in small amounts. I wouldn't really advise you to apply in damp hair because the clay itself has this sort of dampening effect to it. I'm applying into completely dry hair, and the clay feels like it's adding a little bit of moisture to my hair right now. And because it adds a little bit of moisture, it doesn't make your hair feel completely dry, which I actually do like. Like I mentioned earlier, the scent is definitely present. And as for the shine, I don't think it has a completely matte finish, but it has a small amount of shine to it. It's almost like a matte shine. So coming back, even though it is a pretty thick clay, it's definitely manageable as you can tell. It doesn't have an insane amount of grip to it, which I actually do quite like. Gonna style my hair now. Talk to you again in a bit. And I think I'm pretty much just gonna call that done. So as you can tell, I'm getting some good height and volume. My sides are holding down pretty nicely. The texture you get with this clay is still on a finer level, getting a sort of matte shine, and the scent is subtle but present. So anyways, let's talk more about Bloody Clay. Now I've heard some pretty good things about Bloody Pomade in general, so when they offered to send me their lineup, I immediately obliged. As far as the clay goes, I think it's a pretty decent clay. It has a pretty straightforward application. Just scooping it out, breaking it down, and applying into the hair is really simple. It provides some nice control and styles really nicely, so I can get some good height and volume with it. Like I mentioned earlier, it's not a super dry clay, and in fact adds a little bit of dampness to your hair. I feel that affects the amount of texture you get, and I usually get more of a fine texture with this clay. You definitely do get a lightweight but firm hold, but I do feel that it affects the endurance. It does fall out of place a little bit easy, but you can always restyle it if you need to. As for washing it out, one wash with shampoo pretty much gets all of it out. You'll also be left with a light clean buildup if you just choose to rinse it. So anyways, final verdict on Bloody Clay. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's a pretty versatile matte product, but it feels more like a matte paste rather than a clay to me. If you're not a fan of drier matte products and you like to use clays as a matte pomade, this is a pretty good option. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Hope you liked the review. Do leave a comment down below, subscribe to my channel right here, or you can check out my last video right here. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.